common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on? What is going on? Yes, another live episode of Learn Crypto. We are an hour earlier than usual, but we are here nonetheless. The office closed a little early. What's going on with you, Todd?
What's up? Same old, same old.
There we go. The market has not moved much since our last live show, hence why we didn't do live show the past couple of days. But for the Patreon and Discord members, we have been pretty active over there with some short-term and swing trades as well. Today, we're going to talk about ErisX and how an Ethereum co-founder has joined that board of directors. If you don't know what ErisX is, it is another, I guess we'd call it an institutional grade digital assets platform similar to that of BAKKT. BAKKT is focusing on the futures, physically delivered futures. That is the plan for ErisX, as well as derivative trading and custody of digital assets moving forward. Grayscale adds a new cryptocurrency fund even in the bear market. Which one is it? Did it see a price increase, and what do I think it means for the future of the price of that cryptocurrency moving forward? And then, of course, we'll touch briefly on the Ethereum Constantinople hard fork being delayed due to a code bug. Now, this did see a little bit of an adverse effect on the market for a day or so, which is kind of ironic because the code bug was never even implemented onto Ethereum. Yet not only did Ethereum fall, the rest of the crypto market fell as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button and leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are part of the Rapids tip bot on Telegram as well. We like to give away coins here, and we draw a winner every single live show. So a winner from our last live show will be drawn live here today, probably in about 20 minutes or so. So get over to that other video, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and enter that contest as well. Of course, we'll have the Todd Father, the man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo Land. Take a look at a few of the charts here. See what he's, say what he's seeing here with Wyckoff and Elliott Wave. Again, the price has not moved very much, so the opinion is going to stay pretty consistent. But in case you haven't been following us for the past week, 2 weeks, 3 months, whatever it may be, this will be a nice introductory to what we do here at Learn Crypto. Before we get started, shout out to Chris K9, Craig Nickham. The Munter is in here for the first time in a while. Anthony Rossano is in the building. S. Taj is back. You've been kind of quiet lately. And the Outlaw Preacher, Bud Time, and everybody else that is watching. Obviously, we are a little earlier than usual, but hopefully the comment box will still get full and people will make their way over to the channel. Feel free to ask any technical analysis or fundamental questions in the chat box, and we'll try to get to those as well. So what we got here, the market cap is at $123 billion, down a few hundred million since our last live show. Bitcoin dominance has inched just ever so slightly higher to 52.3%. But, be optimistic. We are seeing some green here. Bitcoin at 36.80, XRP trying to stay above 33 cents, Ethereum to 124, recovering off that capitulation wick when the hard fork was delayed. So that is nice to see and was a great buying opportunity. I know some people in the Discord took advantage of that. Bitcoin Cash, still at $130, but it is up about 2%. EOS leading the charge for the top 10 coins, up a whopping 3%. Big winners for the day, Power Ledger, 18.39%. I did take some profits on Power Ledger over a Discord earlier, looking just for a quick swing trade as I am long on the project, but this thing has had 4 days of rallying, kind of under the radar because it has fallen so far off the highs, but 4 days of rallying, time for me to take a little off the table, and I felt that the time was now. Sell. Loopring up 13%. DentaCoin up 9%. How this thing is still in the top 100, I do not know. Also, with the Cryptopia hack, So if you guys did not know, Cryptopia was hacked and is still under maintenance as the authorities look in and investigate that. It has been rumored that a large sum of Dentacoin was part of the stolen funds. Now, I know CZ from Binance is freezing some assets that find their way over to the Binance exchange, but I'm not positive if Dentacoin has been frozen yet. Number one, Dentacoin is the biggest poo-poo coin in the market. And number two, now there is a ton of it that is in the hand of a hacker who obviously is looking to dump it for Bitcoin or XMR. So be aware of that as well. 9% gainer. Man, Dentacoin is trash, but if you have it, it does have its crazy volatility up and down. Sell on the rips and buy on the dips, I guess, if you're looking to trade something. Steam, Status, VeChain, all getting honorable mentions. VeChain, of course, if you hold on Binance, you do get passive income. So maybe you need to get that rocking and rolling. As you know, passive income in a bear market makes things a little bit easier. All right, Todd, what's the chart saying? What do you think's going on?
We don't have much going on here. So this is a 3-month chart, or a little less than 3 months, I guess it is. Bring this up again. It just shows the volume has been coming to the downside since this last low at 31.20 or so. Price is still holding. I mean, we did have an oversold technometer down here when we had this last little breakout of a triangle. So that gave us a buy here. But, you know, we've been quiet, obviously, for 4 days here doing nothing. I still think we're going to break higher here, but the technometer has came from 34 and 30 down in here, which is extremely oversold, back to 44, and we haven't really had much upside strength. So here's the Bitcoin with the what I thought was the Elliott wave markings. Also, the green and the red is the Bitcoin shorts, Bitcoin longs. You can see that the shorts continue to come off, and the longs basically the same thing. So that's not nothing really bullish. So that's kind of a question mark as well still. We got Litecoin 3166, which it's been range bound here between 30 and 33. The same, I've had the same really buy divergences on Litecoin. You've had the 3 higher highs here, while the LPs hit new lows, and we did get oversold again. So would like to see this one move to the upside, but as you know, these coins are extremely quiet here. So not much to add. I'm going to go over a few more coins. If anybody, I saw NPXS, and I'll go over BAT when we come back. And the only other thing I wanted to quickly go over, I did get a sell in stocks. Actually, this was kind of my sell long area. I went short yesterday. They did have a quick run today, about 150 Dow points in minutes, and then came off of it a little bit. I still think this chart's going to roll over. I had shown, this is kind of a chart I've been showing. This is the daily Dow, or hourly Dow. I think this is an A wave completing, and then we have some type of pullback here for a B wave. So I think if you're short-term trading, I still would take profits here if you had any profits you're worried about. Square had kind of gone sideways, had a decent day today. I think Square and everything pulls back here some short-term. And my short dollar, everybody knows I've been short the dollar. It came back close to my stops. Has not reached them. Closed back to unchanged today. Technometer's back to 60. We was deeply oversold here. I had showed that, but did not cover. That was a deep oversold close. That would have been a nice cover and a re-short. I did not do that. You could have really just off the technometer. I'm just trying to turn this into a longer-term short. So we'll see if today's overbought technometer and yesterday's overbought will turn the dollar down again. So that's all for right now.
Well, let's get into a couple news articles here, and then we'll let the chat box decide what they want you to look at as far as technical analysis. And it seems like we are getting some questions over here as well, so we'll get to those as time permitting, or if you throw out a super chat, then we'll make sure to read those as well. So few just kind of quick things. BitMEX is shutting down trading accounts. No, not all trading accounts, but if you are a U.S. citizen or a citizen of Quebec, you will no longer be able to trade on the platform. Some people will want to use a VPS or VPN, but again, you put your account balance at risk. I really don't think it is worthwhile to get on this exchange for leverage trading. If they find out you are a U.S. citizen or Quebec citizen, they have the right to confiscate your full balance. And let's be honest, they are a for-profit company, and during a bear market, I'm sure they would love to take your Bitcoin off your hand. So you might want to look at other options. I know, there's other leverage trading options available, and I think even BitMEX has some leverage trading. Not BitMEX, Kraken. Not positive. I don't use Kraken, but I think I've heard people talking about that recently. It'll be interesting to see where that volume goes. Does it go to Coinbase, Binance, Bittrex, other U.S.-based exchanges, and how this will affect the market? So far, not too much. I know a lot of people in the comments were having some high-level debates. I thought it really was going to be a non-factor in the short term and long term, personally, as there is so many options out there now as far as exchanges are concerned. And really, BitMEX is just kind of protecting themselves from the ongoing regulations that are coming up in these countries. Some say regulations are bad, but I believe, coming from the traditional background, that regulations will open up the floodgates for more kind of investment-grade money to move into the ecosystem and feel safe about doing so. We already talked about Cryptopia going into maintenance mode. Essentially, there was a hack on their network. Now they're letting the authorities, the UK police, kind of sort it out. I think that's pretty ironic. I don't think the police know much about cryptography. We'll see what happens. From the language they are using and from the sources that I have, apparently a lot of the customer funds are safe. I talked to a couple dev teams, and the cold storage Cryptopia wallets for these individual crypto projects have not been touched or moved. So it appears that the coins are safe. I think Ethereum and ERC20 tokens were the primary target and the primary coins that the hackers were able to get. And if you had some ERC20s on there, those may be gone and you may not get them back. I do know Cryptopia, it would kind of behoove them to use some of their listing fees. They have extraordinarily high listing fees, somewhere around $30,000 or $40,000. So I know they got some cash to reimburse their customers to keep volume and clients on there. Once you kind of, do your clients in the wrong way, like I said, there's so many options in this exchange ecosystem. And I'm sure a lot of you, even if you do get your coins back, you're going to immediately move them off and move to a safer exchange to commence your trading. And this might be we might have seen the rise and fall of Cryptopia as we know it. We'll see if and when they ever go online once again. So pretty big article here. The prices remain sideways or they go down, but the macro fundamentals continue to pile on. Although the BAKKT exchange and maybe ErisX might get postponed with the U.S. government shutdown that is now, what, Todd, 25 days or something like that?
Too many.
Too many days. Might push back the launch of these platforms. These are what are going to start the next bull catalyst here for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, because it is going to bring regulatory guidelines to the space. It's going to cause the media to switch, and it's going to allow big money from institutions and institutional grade investors to move into Bitcoin safely, or what they deem safe, rather than doing so under current conditions via Coinbase, Binance, or maybe even a Bitcoin ATM. Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin joins board of crypto futures platform ErisX. Crypto trading startup ErisX is expanding its board of directors as it prepares to launch spot and derivative markets for digital assets, including Bitcoin and eventually Ethereum. The company initially plans to provide Bitcoin futures products, like that of BAKKT, when it launches, though this launch may be delayed by ongoing U.S. government shutdown. BAKKT was supposed to be launched January 24th. I read an article about how they just acquired somebody and the acquisition was going to go through on February. I said take that as a hint that the BAKKT will be delayed once again. And what do we know? Now BAKKT is probably not going to launch until March or April. ErisX was planned to be launched in 2Q 2019, meaning somewhere between April and June of 2019. We'll see if that timeline can still hold in place here. But plans to add support for Ethereum and Litecoin futures down the line as well. Now, another thing I find interesting here. Originally, when ErisX was created and was talked about by the founder, you know what they always mentioned? They said they wanted to take it a step further than BAKKT. And by doing that, they're going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Now, in the most recent statements from ErisX, Bitcoin Cash never comes out of their mouth. They're talking about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and these are some of the reasons that I say you need to have these large caps in your portfolio, because this is where the big money will be able to enter first, and these are the ones that are going to be beneficiaries of the new investors coming into the space. Why does that matter for Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash was already kind of a consensus hard fork not contentious hard fork, that once again had its community split by the Bitcoin SV hard fork. Now you have ErisX not mentioning Bitcoin Cash. BAKKT isn't mentioning Bitcoin Cash. And I think that is really going to hurt the future of Bitcoin Cash moving forward, because theoretically, Bitcoin Cash is merely just Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the stronger network effect, has a bigger community, has not been seen as like Bitcoin Cash has been seen as kind of a contentious, maybe I don't even want to touch it hard fork. And now their biggest, bullish catalyst for those holders and those users, these platforms, it seems that they may not even be included anymore. This article is interesting, although it may be delayed. Again, they are bringing a co-founder from Ethereum on board. This would lead me to believe that Bitcoin and Ethereum integration will happen quickly and that they will have some pulls in the crypto ecosystem. I think the biggest things to take from this is, are they going to get launched before BAKKT? Will they be the first bullish catalyst and kind of leave BAKKT in the rearview mirror as they are bringing everything BAKKT is to the table plus some? So maybe the competition is good there. And then number two, that Bitcoin Cash may no longer be coming out on this platform, leading to another bearish signal for me, that another reason why I'm not too fond of having BCH in my portfolio. What's going on in the chat box over there, Todd? Anything?
Not too much. Everyone's asleep like the crypto markets.
That's about right. There was a bunch of questions here. Mark Benjamin has a 3-part question up here. It says, just saw a podcast on BAT, thoughts on the project. I think Basic Attention Token is a viable project that has a solid team building the Brave browser, which it is integrated in. I think it being on Coinbase helps. It's also part of Palm Beach Confidential and others. They are trying to take the project one step forward, create another value proposition for the token by implementing kind of a triangle of advertisements where everybody can benefit. As you know, the Brave browser is ad-free currently, but there is plan to add paid advertisements similar to that of like YouTube, where everybody can benefit and earn BAT tokens. Both you as the watcher will earn BAT tokens, or us as the content creator can earn BAT tokens from these advertisements moving forward. I think it is one to watch. I think that it has given up all of its gains from its Coinbase Pro and Coinbase listing, which is right about the time that I think is a decent entry point on there. And maybe Todd can follow that up with some technical analysis.
Taj just said sub 1,000 BTC, so almost banned him.
Crazy. And then he said, I hear there might be a great dump to low 3,000, worst case scenario 2,800. Is that accurate in the short term? This is a target me and Todd have had for a week or 2 or 3 weeks now, so nothing out of the ordinary. We called the bottom of 3,000 to 3,200, went to 3,124. We then saw a nice rally. We said 3,440 on Bitcoin is the line that we are watching. It's the line in the sand. If we break and close below 3,440, me personally, I think Todd agrees that the next target would be a new low with a price target of 2,800 or 2.8K to 3K Bitcoin. What do you think, Todd? And maybe you want to look at some technical analysis on BAT?
The chart I just showed, we've had selling come in, price held, so I guess if we're going there, I don't think it's currently. This in front of us is NPXS. So my only thought here, I don't have it in the software. My only thought here is it looks like a triangle. Usually a move out of a triangle is an ending movement, so you would think that this would have ended some type of obviously down move. So, but I don't follow NPXS like that.
PundyX is one that I talked about in Discord, pretty in-depth fundamental perspective, but also said I'd be buying at 9 and 10 Satoshis. We have rallied. I think we're currently around 13 sats. So it's a little bit hard for me to give a buy signal after it's already moved up another 20% or so. But again, it is passive income. It is staking. And if you believe that this is near the bottom, because it has come in a lot off the top, and that their point of sale system can kind of expand rather than just in Asia and start expanding across the Eastern Hemisphere, then I think it's a decent opportunity there. Again, I always waited on PundyX and finally got in at 9 and 10 sats because they do have so much outside competition from the likes of Square, Visa, MasterCard, and so many other point-of-sale terminals.
In front of us is XLM USDT with the software. Not much to add. There's not been a selling in here on the OP like a lot of these other coins. Technometer is just ranging between, 42 and 46. Not really much help there. Let's see what else I got here. That's BAT USD. There has been selling here on the OP, but really it's matching up with price. Not a lot of volume here, so I can't give much there either. What else we got? I saved some of these so I could bring them up a little bit quicker. This is still Litecoin USD. I mean, this was showing somebody that's not been here. I mean, the OP came to new lows over here where the technometer came down to oversold. Price is holding that previous low at 27.50 or whatever this was. And this held to 29. So it still looks like this thing could still turn higher again. So I still think Litecoin, Bitcoin. And then I think I've got XRP here. And there's Ethereum. Same type of chart, not quite as strong. OP hitting new lows. Didn't really get oversold in the technometer. We did hold that 112 area again. So nothing exciting there. One more here. No, that's Litecoin. Thought I had XRP saved too. But yeah, there's XRP USD. OP goes to new lows. Prices trying to hold in. We did get oversold here, and currently we're at 40. So Ripple could bounce here a little bit, but that's really about the excitement.
Man, you were so excited over there. Let me tell you.
After 3 days of no movement, it's hard to change it.
Bud Times says 7% ROI per month is amazing. I hold a ton, Nick. I guess you're referring to PundyX. Unfortunately, last month was the last month of 7% payouts. They have been now at 2.18%, I believe, for PundyX holders. That is one of the reasons I said to buy at 9 and 10 Satoshis. You saw a lot of people who were in it for the high stakes doing dumping, which caused a nice capitulation in the market and an opportunity to buy. With those individuals out, you have seen some relief of that downward pressure. And also, why does this help moving forward? Now there's less circulation coming on a monthly basis, dramatically less, about a third of the amount, which means smaller circulating supply. If we can get the sentiment to change, the supply and demand curve should be beneficial to the price as well. And we'll see what happens moving forward. I was not one of those who dumped, since the passive income is decreasing from 7% to 2% on a monthly basis. Instead, I looked at it as an opportunity to buy some of those red candles. And so far, it has worked well, as we have gone from 9 Satoshis up to 13 or 14 right now.
Josh, the retraction of tariffs for China, I wouldn't doubt that, a lot of that's used to move these markets. Somewhat a big game, I would say. I still think, there's issues, and I think stocks will pull back here short term, so I'm a little short.
Taj says no good news will come until June, so keep an eye out on that sub 1K and buy it.
Oh my goodness, whoa. I know someone else saying that.
And Taj says ETH bullish from $45. Don't you miss that. Whoa. Okay, we'll see if that happens, but I know you had the XLM chart up, so you noticed a nice little green candle on XLM. It has given up most of its gains for the day, but that is because Grayscale adds Ripple competitor Stellar to crypto portfolio. Grayscale Investments, the company behind the Bitcoin investment trust, announced on Thursday it will offer a fund to let professional investors gain exposure to Stellar and its native digital currency known as Lumens or XLM. Grayscale's decision to create a dedicated fund for Stellar is likely to give the currency a boost, given that the firm, which is a subsidiary of crypto behemoth Digital Currency Group, has a roster of well-heeled clients including hedge funds and family offices. According to Managing Director Michael Sanalchian, I messed that up, but you get the point, Grayscale created the new product in response to investor demand, meaning that even during this bear market, the smart money is accumulating these cryptocurrencies and wanting more options for Grayscale to get invested with different cryptocurrencies. He added that he personally is bullish on Stellar's real-world use case, which is to act as a bridge currency in transnational money corridors. The idea of using cryptocurrencies as a means of freeing up capital locked in foreign country accounts is not unique to Stellar. The company Ripple has been pushing the same idea, encouraging banks to use a product called XRapid in order to carry out cross-border transactions using their native currency, XRP. For now, financial institutions using XRP or XLM as a bridge currency is still in a trial phase, but some believe it could gain traction, which investors expect will cause the value of cryptocurrencies to jump. Now, I believe that the utilization of a network does drive price appreciation, but let's see if this velocity of XRP or XLM can actually drive that same price increase. I've given this example many times. If I have $1 million, I buy $1 million of XRP or XLM, send it to Todd. He immediately market sells it to get his cash back to make sure he doesn't lose any value. Does that actually garnish price appreciation of the underlying cryptocurrency asset? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, for Senescian, the launch of the new Stellar Fund is further evidence that reports of a slump in the crypto markets have been badly overstated. He said net investment inflows into Grayscale continues to climb even as the price of these assets continue to decline, and attributed this to growing interest in crypto from professional investors and the availability of crypto products that have the regulatory safeguards required by institutions. The reason institutions really can't get into the market is because right now their options are very small, limited. Grayscale is probably the best option, most recognizable. Coinbase, but not recognized by traditional investments. BAKKT by ICE will be recognized. ErisX by TD Ameritrade will be recognized, and that's really what we're waiting for. Also, we have the end of February 27th, I think the 25th, on either the approval or decline of the VanEck ETF. Now, we also know Bitwise is trying to put in an ETF approval as well, so we'll see what happens with that. Do I think that this is bearish for cryptos, that these things keep getting delayed? I guess. But again, the fundamentals don't change. Do I think it's an STAJ $1,000 Bitcoin bearish? No. Because as you can see, if they're continuing to get inflows, maybe the dumb money keeps selling here and trying to get cute to fatten up their bag of Bitcoin. But the smart money is just getting started. And before you know it, the bull run will begin again, and you'll be stuck FOMOing in at $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 Bitcoin, just like we've seen historically when Bitcoin is $200. Last year when Bitcoin was $1,000. The same thing keeps repeating itself. This market is cyclical, and we do have a Bitcoin and Litecoin halving coming up over the next couple of years, which historically has been only even more bullish for the underlying crypto assets, as there is less supply circulating the ecosystem as the demand continues to grow globally for this monetary system.
Bye, bye, bye!
What do we got?
I'm going to take the chart real quick, or the screen. Someone asked about ADA. We had talked about this in the Discord. So same type of thing. Down here at the blue line, you can see the OP trending lower, goes to new lows. Over to here, while price is holding higher. And we had an oversold technometer. So I guess I'd lean off these two lows here with the stop. And, we had a decent bar here. The problem is, once again, technometers went from oversold to neutral. So it'd be nice to get this thing kicked to the upside quickly here and make some room off these lows. But so I think you buy here and lean off that low, probably short term.
There you go. Giving away the secrets. Josh Rampart said RPD futures on ErisX. Oh, for sure. No, not really, but that would be crazy. Josh says, do you think we've bottomed? I kind of think we have just because the majority are assuming we're going sub 3K. I mean, I think there's a decent chance there. Usually you bottom on more of a capitulation wick, which now it's been kind of long and drawn out. We had the opportunity to bottom off of an inverse head and shoulders, which if you do that kind of market trading, that does have a high probability of ending and reversing a trend, which would end the bear market to start a bull market. But that has kind of gone with the wayside and has become invalidated with the recent movement in Bitcoin and the other large cryptocurrencies. I think worst case scenario, personally, I think maybe we ride sideways. We see another run a little bit higher, maybe into the 4 to 5K range. Then we have one final capitulation. We have one final dump, that nice long wick, maybe to around 2.8K to 3K you might get filled. And then that'll be your last chance to getting 3K Bitcoin. Probably ever, unless the fundamentals dramatically change or maybe there's a Bitcoin 2.0 born out of the ashes. What are you laughing at over there, Todd?
Hobby.
Hobby? What's he saying? I don't see what
he's texting me and talking on here.
Oh. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's give away some RPD from the last live show, I guess is what we should do. Here we go. So we go over to our homepage. If you're not subscribed, make sure to do it. If you only catch us live, come to the homepage because we do have recorded videos. We got technical analysis videos, reviews, interviews, and the list goes on and on. Crypto news is another one that I try to put a video in here and there. So make sure to catch all of our videos. Sometimes when we don't go live, look for us to do a recorded video or to do some on the weekend as well. The most informative videos that you can find, I think, really are these interviews with these coin developers, coin founders, and even John McAfee. This is where you get the perspective of people who have been around the industry for a long time, are building in the industry, and have a lot of money in the industry as well. So give those a watch. You can get a lot of insight out of those.
You're going to give away some RPD?
For this, yep. Tonight's live show we will as well, but this is for the last live show we did. Currently 1,033 views. Not too shabby for only having 6,000 subscribers in historically one of the worst Bitcoin bear markets. So shout out to keep sticking around, keep trying to garnish some knowledge, and it's going to be very prosperous for you moving forward in the future now that you survived both a bull and a bear cycle in this cryptocurrency ecosystem. Here we go. And the winner is, let's go round and round. Who do we got? Ellen Delos Reyes, Telegram ID, there it is. Ellendro02. Let's give her, let's make her way over here. /tip at Ellendro02, I believe is what it is. Ellendro02. Let's see if this works. If not, I'm about to lose 10,000 RPD. Boom, there you go. Stu0620 tip 10,000 RPD to Ellendro. If you want an opportunity to win 10,000 RPD and kind of a little extra reward for tuning in to learn crypto, make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section below. For now, we are giving away Rapids RPD, so put that public wallet address down there, not your private key, guys, or your Telegram handle, just like you can see here. Join the Rapids tip bot, and you can tip, share, trade, spend, buy, and sell RPD all via this tip bot over on Telegram, all just with your Telegram handle, no wallet address needed. Well, there you go. There's another happy winner, hopefully. And you can get staking as there is proof of stake or masternodes on that network.
I don't know anything about Richard Hart's launch.
I know Richard Hart was supposed to have like an ICO of his own coin that is supposed to give value to science or physics. That kind of went with the wayside, so maybe that's still the coin that he's trying to create. Or maybe now he's trying to do his own Bitcoin hard fork and really being one of the very people that he hates so much. Oh, Bitcoin Hex. I know he's talked about Bitcoin Hex a lot in the past. I don't know if that's his coin. I think he's just a heavy supporter of it. If it is his coin, he's kind of turned into the very people that he despised last year.
Bitcoin goes under 2,000. Chris K9's wife's going to open up the bank for him. Cool.
Oh, man. So you're now rooting for the 2,000 Bitcoin. That's funny. I know you're having trouble getting your wife to let you do some dollar cost averaging in cryptocurrency, and it appears that that's her line, and that's when she's ready to buy. What else you got, guys? Do you have any fundamental questions, technical analysis questions, or I'll probably wrap this up. We might as well do a poll once again. We did this poll last live show, but the coins have not moved.
What's the poll?
Bitcoin going to
move?
4K or 3K first? 4K or 3K first? What do you think? Taj, I know you're going to say 1,000, but let's follow the rules. Bitcoin 4K or 3K first? Let us know your thoughts in the chat box, and let's see what the individuals here at Learn Crypto think of the current market.
And we're not going live again until 36.50 is traded on Bitcoin.
Which might be a month.
For 35.50. We're just going to close up, wait for a $50 move.
We got a 3K, a 40K, a 4K, a 3K, a 3K. Currently, individuals are looking a little more bearish. Shout out to Gino A for tuning in. You don't have a wrench, but if you tune in several times, have some good constructive comments, questions, or concerns, you will earn a wrench here at Learn Crypto and become a moderator of the channel. So keep tuning in. Let us know what you think. 3K on the 21st of January. That is very specific there, Nippin' Cowboy. The Munter says 3.5K, no movement. Everyone shrugs and gets confused. Well, that's what it's been about the past 2 weeks now. And Josh Ramport said, "Did you get that mortgage, Nick? You must not tune in enough." I've showed that paperwork live on air, and also I've been making buys over in the Discord.
Right.
I've got balls of steel.
Double T Crypto says, "Must not troll." There you go. And then, of course, that's Taj coming in. I said he would say 1K. He says $1.5 thousand Bitcoin. Well, let's see what happens.
I guess Gino A needs a wrench.
Gino A says, "I tune in all the time. Luno Kane on Discord."
I didn't know that.
There you go. A Patreon member without a wrench. We can't have that. Shout out to all the Patreon Discord members. Shout out to everybody that tunes in here at YouTube as well. We try to get on here live as much as we can. Obviously, we go live even more often and have more recorded videos when there's actually more exciting things going on. The price action has been sideways. The developments of BAKKT, ErisX, and everything else has been sideways, delayed by the government, delayed by CFTC. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully things continue to get exciting here in the near-term future. But you know what to do, and what I call this time right now, the accumulation phase. This is the time where there's not much going on. This is the opportunity to dollar cost averaging at these prices, accumulate these cryptocurrencies if you truly believe in the blockchain technology moving forward. The fact that you're still here during this terrible 2018 leading into this sideways 2019 leads me to believe that you do believe in blockchain technology, and you probably should be taking a certain percentage of your investable assets or your bi-weekly income and buying into some of these larger cap cryptocurrencies.
Bye. Nothing going on.
Ernest Gaia says, "Major scatter update for mobile phones. We'll be testing that out." There you go. Scatter is one of the most popular applications for the EOS project, I believe. So if you use EOS, some major scatter updates are coming soon. Mark Benjamin wants to know fundamental on Dash and technical analysis. Can you pull up that chart by chance? From a fundamental perspective, we've talked about Dash a few times, as it is also part of the Palm Beach Confidential. So those of you in Discord do know their full opinion on it as well. I believe Dash is in a solid position. It is a leading masternode cryptocurrency. It has optional privacy applications on its blockchain as well. But also it's creating partnerships not only in the crypto industry. That's what I'm seeing now. A lot of these projects are, we're partnering up with this crypto project or this crypto company. Well, that's great, but we need to start expanding, and Dash is doing that with its partnership with Alt36, which is striving to be the #1 point of sale system for the growing marijuana and dispensary industry here in the United States, Canada, and really North America. And I think as that continues to become more medically and recreationally legal, the big issue is it's not federally legal. So that means all these dispensaries are sitting on a vault full of cash, which isn't very effective or isn't very safe. So implementing Dash and cryptocurrency transactions with Alt36, I think will drive some utilization of that network moving forward. What do you think on the chart there, Todd?
I mean, Dash USD, I got this day here. I mean, that was kind of the day we had the small divergence oversold technometer, so that did get the low there at 60. I mean, I think for Elliott Wave, we've had 5 waves up and an ABC correction. Same thing, we're ready to go, just need to get going. Technometer's 41.68 currently. The LP, not a lot of selling. I mean, it's kind of been a sideways correction, so I would think we could have another run higher like we just had from 60 to, 105.
And then Marco says Dash and Church's Chicken in Venezuela. Yes, Dash is moving into Venezuela pretty strong. With their hyperinflationary stuff going on over there, Dash is trying to be the cryptocurrency of choice, or really the currency of choice. Now, that doesn't help the Dash price that much because, let's be honest, a lot of those individuals are very poor under current circumstances, and their monthly income is something crazy, like a couple US dollars per month. But what it does do is it creates a proof of concept for the cryptocurrency ecosystem and for the monetary system. If it works there, then that is an opportunity for other third world countries that are struggling to take off those cues and start implementing cryptocurrencies. And then eventually it'll work its way up the chain until you have first world countries accepting or making mainstream use of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies a stable for every single household. Matthew says, what about Zill? I like Zill. I've been waiting for an entry for Zill and have not been able to find it. He says their mainnet launch comes at the end of the month, so maybe I need to make a move on it and just bite the bullet. I was waiting for a 350 sat fill. I think we got to 347, but I did not get filled on Binance on that last drop. I then moved it up to 500, but it has not come back down to that level for me to get filled. I would love to get filled around 500 or 550 Satoshis and maybe write out an additional pump or a breakout there. And then Josh Ramport says, take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink, we have traded successfully, I think live on air, but also I did on Twitter and Discord as well a few times. I did think it was going to double top, and it did have like an hour pullback, but that thing has blasted off once again. So unfortunately, I'm out of that, but I can't complain. With 2 or 3 successful trades, it has moved higher. Personally, at these levels, I'm not really looking to be involved, but Todd might have a different opinion as he is looking at the USD chart, and I've been trading against the Bitcoin chart, and right now it is at all-time highs in Satoshi value.
Yeah, I can't. It's not a part of the software yet, and they're not allowing me to add symbols to the software, so I can't help there. And then again, it went from 64 down to 20, back up to 58. I mean, I had a pretty big bout of weakness, and I guess right here I would like it jumped to this resistance here and pulled back to it. So I would think that's one that still could stay strong.
There you go.
But not much
Todd's
help.
hoping for a pork blaster. I've traded successful a few times. I think it's been a little ahead of itself here on its recent moves. And then the last little bit of news before we head out is this Coinstar. I don't know if you guys ever use Coinstar, but it's where you bring your change to the grocery store, throw it in there, and it pops out some bills. Of course, there's an exorbitant fee, but hey, what else are you going to do with all that change sitting around on your dresser? They are now partnered up with CoinMe to implement the optionality to buy Bitcoin. So you cannot, it's kind of weird how they integrated it, because they're not letting you take your coins and then it'll say, oh, we owe you $100, choose between cash or Bitcoin. You are forced to choose cash, but then you can put the cash directly back into the machine and buy Bitcoin with that cash. It is only a small-scale test right now in California. They expect to expand that out, and there is 20,000 Coinstar kiosks worldwide, so that would be a pretty massive scale. Nothing major, but I think it's one more step towards mass adoption, one more step to being easily accessible to your mom and pop, to your grandma and grandpa, or even to you as another option for dollar cost averaging. Maybe your wife, like Chris K9, doesn't let you dabble more into the funds here. We got to wait for a break or something. But if you have some change, you go to the grocery store, you throw it on in there and be like, ooh, I'm owed $12. Let me get a little more Bitcoin and send it over to my Coinbase account. I think it's an interesting feature, and really what it's going to do, it's going to expand the Bitcoin network effect, because now every single Coinstar kiosk is going to have that Bitcoin logo. So subliminally, everybody in the malls walking by, everybody in Schnucks walking by is going to subliminally see that Bitcoin logo, and it's going to be in the back of their mind. It's the same thing you see with McDonald's logos everywhere, Starbucks, whatever it may be. Well, now you're going to see the Bitcoin logo in more and more locations around the world, further expanding and solidifying the network effect that it has created in this cryptocurrency ecosystem.
Bart says he sent you those XRP images.
He did. Bart, I need to look a little deeper, and I really think I might do a recorded video on that if I can kind of garnish the information I'm seeing on there. As it is a presentation, I'm not. You kind of told me where it's from. I can't remember. As it is a presentation to a company, I want to make sure that it is public information. Number one. Number two, I want to see in what use cases are those logos that you see on there, Amazon, Apple, whatever. How does that really tie in with Ripple and XRP? Moving forward. So I need to dig a little bit deeper. I need to see if those are hypotheticals with those logos there, or if those are actually finite information. So hopefully I can present that to you guys here on a recorded video or live show. If I do that, Bart, I'm going to give you a little kickback. Maybe I'll send you some XRP or Rapids or Bitcoin for the information, and we'll see where that goes here in the future. Javier says, hey, Nick, thoughts on Lightning Network and its effects on LTC since BTC will be faster? Been reading some bearish things on LTC and Lightning. Here's the thing. Litecoin and Bitcoin are both going to be integrated into Lightning Network. So I think that essentially it's not that Bitcoin's going to be faster than Litecoin, but that they're going to be on par with each other, which is kind of the selling point for Litecoin. But again, in real-world applications, Litecoin is a way off. Not many people are actually using it just yet, so Litecoin does still have the edge there as far as speed and cost. And Litecoin does have a foundation where they're trying to get merchant adoption moving forward. And then lastly, hedge funds, institutional investors, whatever, they like portfolio diversification. They like having a little extra thing here, or maybe they think Litecoin has a higher alpha where it's going to have a little bit higher of return with it being integrated on maybe ErisX or BAKKT or Coinbase and these other on-ramps, Grayscale. I think that Litecoin will have plenty of new investors moving into the next cycle, even from non-crypto individuals, for that very fact.
Mark, I'm not sure your question on TradingView. I mean, if you drag the right side of the charts, you can expand the candle size, etc. So, because this is a daily Bitcoin, so if you want to drag over here to the right, it'll allow you to expand candles, etc. If that answers your question. Bitcoin 36.19 moved $5 since we've been live.
Whoa, $5! Press that celebration button or something for that.
The applause. How about
Shout out to all the people who were catching us early. We did go a little early today, but you know, we wanted to make sure to do a show, and I was off, so it was now or never. Hopefully we covered some crypto fundamentals for you, some crypto news, and some technical analysis. Well, it was good to be here. We covered a lot of information. We were like, well, the crypto markets haven't moved very much, but I think, you know, my mouth's dry, so I think I talked plenty for you guys. Let's see if there's any last questions out here, and then we'll get going. Roger Ripple said he's used Coinstar. There you go. Eddie says, I hate Bitcoin. Really? 1 year bear market? Well, Eddie, it seems that this is your first bear market for Bitcoin. Historically, this has happened 3, 4, 5 times, and you'll get through this. Now is the time to reduce your cost basis on your cryptocurrencies if you've been hodling them, and you can do that by dollar cost averaging is the safest method. And, you know, you're still here, you're still watching videos. That means you're still interested, and you still have the same opportunity ahead of you. And then Bart says, I also have another document of the bank HSBC, Zoom, Western Union, Bank of America, and American Express going to work with Ripple. Let me see that, and let's see what this is all about.
He's hacked everything.
He's got everything. He's a hacker. Don't hack our show unless you want to hack it to give us some more subscribers somehow. I am kind of pleasantly surprised during this bear market. We have grown from 0 subscribers to 6,200 subscribers. I think we're at 6,193, so share it so we can get to that 6,200 mark. I know other channels are struggling or just aren't going live at all anymore. I know even Carter Thomas, Coin Mastery, who has like 129K subscribers, said he's just taking a break as crypto markets just aren't very interesting lately. Wow. Well, we're here in the bear market trying to help you guys out and trying to continue to build our community, positioning ourselves and yourselves for the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies.
What up, Drain the Swamp?
And Matthew says the bear market isn't over yet. Certainly isn't, but Bitcoin is just sitting here sideways. I think we still have a few months. If you look at historical trends, I think you're close to the bottom, if not at the bottom. I think over the next month or two then would be that capitulation wick if we get it. And then we're going to slowly start getting out of the reach, and you're going to start slowly seeing that FOMO inch back in. And by you know, the next Bitcoin halving cycle, we would have already surpassed Bitcoin's all-time highs of 20K, and we'll see what strong projects stay around through this bear market.
Oh, yeah.
Drain the Swamp is in the house. You came a little late. Watch the recording. That's all I got. Let's make sure to like, share, and subscribe the video, guys. Let's make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids RPD wallet address or your Telegram handle if you like free cryptocurrencies. And who doesn't need free cryptocurrencies in this bear market? I don't know why I give it away, but I do it anyways. What you got, Todd, before we leave?
I don't have much. I'm waiting on something to move.
Waiting on something to move, you need to poke it with a stick. You're trying to get that super node in your pants to work or something.
Too many possums over here. Faking that they're dead.
Josh Rampart says your subs equal 2x Bitcoin. Just wait when Bitcoin is 100K.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. 200,000 subs on the way. Thanks for tuning in as usual. Make sure to watch the replay if you just got here. And if you are not subscribed, you're killing me. Shout out to Double T Crypto, Drain the Swap, Wog, Josh,
what up, Wog?
Mark, Matthew, Eddie, for all being active participants. I know there's a bunch of you out there stalking in the background. Don't be afraid to leave comments. Don't be afraid to do it live or after the recording is posted. All right, guys? Till next time, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peace out.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.